It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia begins the game with the basketball. Butler. Has a look. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Joel Embiid, huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Flushes it home.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Jay, there is no question the Nets have a long-term vision, and they are not breaking away from it.
That vision starts with Sean Marks, who's the GM of this team, and what he was able to pull this past year was pretty much a miracle for the Nets in getting rid of Timothy Mozgov's contract for $16.7 million. He's been able to create so much cap space for this Nets team that Brooklyn now is becoming a destination. People are talking about Brooklyn rather than the New York Knicks.
Philadelphia with the basketball to Butler. Here comes the screen. Stuffs it down with authority.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Russell with it up top. Down 4. Driving right to the basket. Yes, D'Angelo Russell missed his first. That one goes.
Hey, look, pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
To Embiid. He throws it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball.
To Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And he hits.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
No good and no foul. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. And throws it down.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Nothing going here on that drive. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Cleans it up. Offensive.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Oh, emphatic slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Russell to Allen Crabbe. Russell, his first effort off the mark. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Russell into the front court, looking to make something happen. Yes, D'Angelo Russell, 3 for 6 now.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Sixers have the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Russell to Allen Crabbe. Good. Off a spin.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul. Desperation shot here from half court. First quarter is complete, and a great start for the 76ers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions for Brooklyn. Entering the game for Brooklyn, number 1,
Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. To Russell. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound taken by the Sixers. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Jay, D'Angelo Russell, former number 2 pick. He can be special. What's your prognosis for him?
Well, he has a chance to own Brooklyn this season and own New York City. Look at the signs of growth this young man has had over the last couple of years. He went through that situation in L.A. He came to New York. It's a matter of time before you feel like D'Angelo Russell or D'Lo will take this game over.
Joel Embiid pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And the nice finish at the rim.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. To Davis. Over to the right side, D'Angelo Russell. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
All by himself, creates his own shot there.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Dinwiddie into the front court, trailing by 15. The jumper's off the mark.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
So you're just going to let him go coast to coast like that?
Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys can hold for the final shot. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores. They'll let one fly from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game.
Brooklyn with the basketball.
Match up, y'all.
Here comes the screen. Drive here, but the shot stays out. To Russell. The drive, right to the basket. 4-3. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
To Butler. Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. Oh, and a putback.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Russell to Hollis Jefferson. Russell, too good to leave that wide open. D'Angelo Russell hits.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Russell with it up top. He'll run the offense. Oh, he had it. To Embiid. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Knocked loose. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Nets have it. To Russell. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
To Russell. Driving right to the basket. Here comes the screen. Joel Embiid rejects it. Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Russell into the front court. His guys down big. Here comes the screen. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. D'Angelo Russell. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Jimmy Butler looking good, 4 for 5.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
You can register at our team website for more details. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Count it.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Oh, emphatic slam.
I know there's that. Old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Count the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Nets have the basketball. To Young. Short jumper won't fall. Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
Hey, look, this is a new wave. If a young cat catches you sleeping on the wrong night, it's definitely going to get 1 million+ views the next day.
Now a steal by Philly.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
That'll do it for the period. And the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Fires the three. Tough shot for Dinwiddie. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Dinwiddie into the front court. Looking to make something happen. From the painted area, won't go down. To Tobias Harris. Grayson Allen to Embiid. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Second one goes. It's a 1-2 trip. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
That's called a grown man play, Ed. Someone's trying to get featured on SportsCenter tonight.
To Young. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Allen Crabbe at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Goes 2 for 2. Butler to bring it up. His guys holding the big lead. To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throws good. Add 1 more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Dinwiddie. And the basket good at the rim.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Ed Davis with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down a bundle. Young to Dinwiddie. To Davis, down low. The pass set it all up.
And you best believe that every one of those that goes in fills the confidence meter.
To Tobias Harris. And counted at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Dinwiddie. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Fires the three. Not that time. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
It's Brooklyn's ball.
Oh, yes.
To Young. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Embiid, good for two.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Young. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. For 3. Tough shot. No good for Allen Crabbe.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Sixers control it. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Jimmy Butler, he's now 5 for 6.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
The Sixers are victorious as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.